Previously, BMW had risen from wartime rubble to reclaim its place as a global symbol of performance and precision. From the humble 2002 to the rebirth of the ultimate driving machine, the stage was set for something bigger. This is where BMW goes global. The late 1980s. BMW was no longer the scrappy post-war survivor. It was an engineering powerhouse. The new E32 7 Series stood as proof. BMW dared to install a 12-cylinder engine, the first German V12 since the pre-war era, just to show it could rival Mercedes' best. Inside, there were things the average driver had never seen. Self-diagnosing electronics, hidden airbags, even heated door locks for cold Bavarian mornings. Every detail whispered one message: BMW could do luxury without losing its soul. Then came the E31 8 Series. Sleek, low, and impossibly advanced. Pop-up headlights, computer-aided aerodynamics, multi-link rear suspension. It was a car from the next decade. But perfection has a price. The recession of the early 90s meant few could afford it, and the 8 Series quietly left the stage before it ever earned a profit. Still, it proved BMW's ambition. And while the spotlight hit the V12s, the engineers in Munich were refining something subtler: the E34 5 Series. Balanced, precise, and beautifully built, it was the executive's dream with a racer's heart. Together, these cars defined late 80s BMW. Quiet power, obsessive detail, and the confidence of a brand ready to conquer the world. The 90s began with momentum. The E36 3 Series didn't just replace the classic, it reinvented it. Smoother, lighter, more aerodynamic, everything about it felt new. Underneath, engineers built a platform designed for the computer age. Modular wiring, digital sensors, traction control that actually worked. It was the moment BMW learned to speak fluent technology. The E36 also marked BMW's first real step into global production. The Spartanburg plant opened in South Carolina in 1994, proved that the ultimate driving machine could be built on both sides of the Atlantic. The result? Sales exploded. The compact, the coupe, the convertible, everyone wanted a piece of it. Even the touring wagons were cool. The E36 became more than a car, it became an entry ticket to the brand. For many, it was their first BMW and the start of a lifelong obsession. But behind the showroom success, Munich had bigger ambitions. In 1994, BMW bought the Rover Group, a deal that shocked the industry. The plan looked brilliant on paper. Rover's compact car expertise and Land Rover's off-road technology could fill BMW's weak spots. Suddenly, BMW owned Mini, Rover and Land Rover, a small empire overnight. But integration was chaos. Different languages, different management styles, and factories that hadn't seen real investment in decades. Losses mounted, tension grew. Yet, even through failure, BMW learned. The lessons in scale, supplier networks and brand management would later fuel the rebirth of Mini, one of the most successful modern small cars ever built. Sometimes you have to stumble forward, and BMW did, smarter for the fall. While the boardroom dealt with numbers, the track told a different story. The E30 M3 had become a legend, the perfect balance of lightweight, grip and power. It wasn't just winning races, it was dominating them, from DTM to rally stages and endurance circuits across Europe. Crowds chanted, engines screamed, and BMW's M Division became the badge every driver wanted on their trunk. In an era of turbo experiments and electronic trickery, the M3 kept it pure. Naturally aspirated precision and old-school feel. It connected road cars to race cars in a way few brands could ever replicate. By the mid-90s, BMW wasn't just competing, it was the benchmark. And for fans around the world, that sound, the high-revving 4, became the heartbeat of the brand. As the 90s rolled on, BMW began to stretch beyond the familiar. It wasn't enough to build sedans and coupes. Munich wanted an empire. The X5 arrived in 1999, a sport utility vehicle built the BMW way. Unibody construction, independent suspension and handling that made off-roaders feel like trucks from another planet. The moment it hit the road, it rewrote the rulebook. Soon every rival was chasing BMW's formula. Meanwhile, down in South Carolina, something smaller was stealing the spotlight. The Z3 Roadster. Built in the US, styled for fun and made famous by James Bond, it gave BMW a taste of pop culture stardom. Then came the Z8, a halo car with movie star looks and supercar bones. A tribute to the classic 507 Roadster, powered by a 400 horsepower V8 and crafted largely by hand. It was nostalgia executed with modern precision. And just when it seemed BMW couldn't surprise anyone, the E46 M3 dropped. A screaming inline-6, razor-sharp chassis and looks that capture pure performance. For enthusiasts, this was perfection. The last analog M3 before the digital tide. From SUVs to roadsters, BMW had proven one thing. It could master any segment it entered without losing the essence of the ultimate driving machine. By the end of the decade, BMW had matured into a global design powerhouse. Its cars shared a common DNA: clean lines, balanced proportions, and understated confidence. The E39 5 Series defined executive elegance. Every surface was engineered for purpose. No excess, no gimmicks, just refined power under control. The E46 3 series carried that same language into daily life: nimble, comfortable, timeless. Drivers around the world discovered that you didn't need to be rich to feel connected behind the wheel. At the top sat the E38 M3 series. The car that quietly chauffeured world leaders while still capable of thrilling its driver. Together, these models made BMW the definitive choice for those who valued precision over flash. And as the company's presence expanded through Asia, North America and beyond, BMW's design language became a kind of global accent. Elegant, familiar, unmistakably German. The world finally agreed. BMW was the gold standard for luxury performance. But deep inside Munich's studios, something new was forming. A philosophy that would challenge everything the brand stood for. Change was coming. At the dawn of the new millennium, BMW's confidence was unshakable. And that's exactly when revolution struck. A new design chief arrived, Chris Bangle. His ideas were bold, sculptural, and polarizing. Flame surfacing, he called it. Curves and creases that broke every rule of German restraint. The first shockwave came with the E35 7 series, unveiled in 2001. New shapes, new interfaces, and the birth of iDrive. Some called it genius, others a disaster. But no one could look away. BMW was stepping into the digital century, ready to redefine itself once again. On the next episode of Entire History of BMW, we enter the 2000s design revolution. A decade that would test BMW's courage, divide its fans, and ultimately shape the brand we know today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for the next chapter of BMW's incredible journey.